All right, everyone. We are back at it again with some Pillars of Eternity 1. Let's get after it, huh? Last time we were in Cadnua. We had just cleared out the entire basement. Not all of it, but all of it that we could get to just now. Time to get in character, I guess.
Right.
Bit just like your breeches, scholar lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
It is good to laugh after all of that. Oh, Aloth wants to talk, I see. Aloth seems lost in thought. He flinches when I draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
You've been acting strange.
A crumbling castle, abandoned memories, and an old man who can no longer tell them from reality. I'd say we've seen some rather strange things. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
There's no point in speculating now.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something else. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Meerwald urged you to seek out these lead and key agents in Defiance Bay, yes? If this condition is any warning, we should find them with all haste. Indeed. Now that Woedica's gaze is opened, let us continue with our journey.
Yeah.
I shall be discreet.
I felt Meerwald's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Meerwald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
I've always wanted my own keep, even if it is a little cursed. It will make it that much easier to take revenge on those who slew my family back in Raitai. Then it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad, that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed yet decades ago, and Meerwald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it prepared, if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it. For what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. What did you mean when you said this keep was cursed? Meerwald's curse was his own, a watch's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather, far beneath it. At least, such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place. For what spirits still linger in the endless paths oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our adherent colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen, from time to time, intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can. but none return. This is the force which has kept Cad Nua bare and ruin, and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths. That, my friend, is where I must go. Where we must go, if you will go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps his master speaks Diran. What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Odd Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glenfathans that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it. Though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithan named Odd Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths, and filled many of the upper tunnels with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasures. The promise of Ingwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune-seekers to their deaths, I fear. Who is this master below? I could not say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the endless paths, the Ingwithan tyrant, Odd Nua. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more. What is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen while below the hand of the great statue Odd Nua constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Odd Nua himself.
Ah, yes, the hand outside that we saw, and the palm is in the basement, the fingers are in the yard. It's very interesting. But am I not the master of Cad Nua?
Of course you are. The keep would have no other. But the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely intertwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I could only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you.
I have other questions.
Yes, how can I help?
How do I repair the barbican?
Merwald set aside materials for the barbican, and they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, we will need coin for supplies and labor.
What does being the master of Cad Nua entail?
Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire a tradesman to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. I'm certain you are more than up to the task.
Time to find this queen in the city of Defiance.
You must know this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mekwins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Woedica. I'm told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the barbican. You can only tell me what you wish to do, and I will make the necessary arrangements. Mayor Rold kept a ledger as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You can take a look if you wish.
Let me see what repairs I can make.
Then we'll go underway at once. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Merwald's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me, if you but reach out. Oh, but first, of course, the barbican.
Upgrades to your stronghold cost money and take time to complete. Each upgrade can add security or prestige to the stronghold or add additional functionality like resting bonuses, periodic free crafting ingredients, or new stores. First, we must repair the eastern barbican. Apparently it is already completed. That was indeed very quick. It requires a main keep, it seems. Yes, let's repair the main keep. It'll be finished in 3 days. Hmm. Very interesting. Bright Hollow Restoration. Events occur at the stronghold as time elapses. The higher my stronghold's prestige, the more positive the events will tend to be. However, a high security is also important, as it can help prevent theft and kidnappings. Adventures are opportunities for your companions and adventures to earn experience while they aren't in the party. Visitors can affect security and prestige of the stronghold while they are present. Some events even offer rare items for sale during limited periods of time. Hirelings help defend your stronghold from expensive collateral damage in the unfortunate event of an attack. They cost money to maintain, but their cost usually offsets the potential for damage. Hirelings also contribute to the security and prestige of the stronghold, sometimes negatively. From the party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in the party. If you've assigned them to adventures, you can see how long it will take them for them to complete their assignment. We have one more slot for a party member. After that, they will have to stay at the keep, seems. Ah, Adair and Kana wish to talk.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that. Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. You know, it's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
What was it?
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he'd turned against us and fought for Weidwin, been on my mind for some time now.
I see.
Thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. But hearing claims that he died fighting for Rayed Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Weidwin had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
Why didn't you ask me for help?
That's because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says he's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. A Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with watchers. I should be starting with records.
You should be prepared that there may be no record of your brother's death.
Wouldn't be any worse off then, would I? If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
I don't see any issue with this. Kana.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Mayorwald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kyne the Younger read her father's will.
I did come to the Deerwood looking for a new home. And fate favors the highborn. So it does.
Perhaps we'll have as much luck in Defiance Bay. You may end up owning half of the Deerwood.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
Indeed. Let us be off to Defiance Bay. But first, we don't have any camping supplies, do we? Ah, seems we must go to Wooded Plains in order to get to Defiance Bay.
Nice and slow.
Ah, memorial.
Pray
Hey,
thou not believe.
What? Stuck.
Yes? Roll up 10. Brave thou not believe.
We're going to have to rest soon. Or we will have to go. Actually, we may well just go back. Gilded Vale.
Light, flame, and sound.
Oh, this is not good.
Following your lead.
yes?
Yeah. Ow.
How may I help?
Yes?
Yeah.
Following your lead.
Yes? Hey,
What?
Following your lead.
aye?
Worth and rough.
Following your lead.
How may I help? Hey.
Following your lead.
Yes?
What?
Following your lead.
How may I help?
What?
If thou feel
Yes?
not believe,
Beyond.
Yes?
What? I'm seeing red now.
How may I help?
Worth and rough.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Worth and
yes? Roll up.
It was much closer than I wanted it to be.
Sure.
Hello? Hello?
A lion.
Hey.
If thou feel not believe. Hello? Hello?
Not too sure about this.
What? Navaru?
Hey. Hi?
What? We
Yes?
What?
Hey.
Oof, not good.
Following your...
How may I help?
Boy needs to get his head out of books and into the fight.
Death. Kana. No, there's no way he was dead. Because he knocked him out.
Damn it! We gotta take better care of Ella.
A gift if the ale's Asian.
Did it just get quiet?
It seems we must go back to Gilded Vale for some supplies. Or at the very least to rest.
Sure.
Although, perhaps we can just find something elsewhere in the map,
Nice and slow.
in the area.
Let's go.
How may I help?
Huh?
Yes?
Yeah. Let's go.
Oof.
Following your lead.
Hey.
That's it.
Why aren't you knocking him down, Adair?
Lavaru. Be on sea.
Just die. Thank you.
Yeah.
I shall be discreet.
Odd. Wonder if he died to that forest lurker.
I'll see what I can find.
Nice and slow.
I shall. Lava.
Huh? What?
Beyond seek. Hey. How may I help? Hey.
That's it. What? Huh?
Yes?
Kinda stuck over here.
Roll up 10!
Let's go.
Another road. Where does it go? To Stormwall Gorge. Fortunately, that is not where we are headed.
How may I help? Hey. Yes?
What?
I?
Faru beyond seek.
Following your lead. Roll up 10!
Hey.
Yeah, let's go. Right. Huh?
Ah, perhaps some camping supplies. Negative.
Huh?
No camping supplies. Unfortunate.
Hello? Hello?
That's where the lines are. Need camping supplies
Hush,
first.
Itumok. We'll just...
A dwarven woman, dressed in skins and hides, leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick strip of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bare figurine between her feet. A large white-furred fox standing at her heels looks up at my approach.
Easy, Itumok. It's not him.
Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Your friend is supposed to meet you here.
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Back up. What does this stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitok. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood.
He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone.
How long have you been looking for Persok?
5 years.
So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember, who could be anyone now.
That about sums it up.
Then it must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished adra is worn to a dull matte along its arched back and ovoid haunches. Soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
She holds it out to me, and I feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitok, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time it looks just like this.
I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the Wolf's Lair and the Twining Trees.
Is Twining Trees a real place?
We meant Twin Elms. I haven't been there yet, but I hear they have some especially memorable trees.
What's the Wolf's Lair?
Defiance Bay. Locals call the current Duke Wolfgreen. Sound like he'd be fun to drink with.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine?
Why?
Why not?
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands me the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing my hand. She watches me examine it, wary, but curious. I raise the Adra bear, turning it in the light. As my eyes catch a tiny glinting scratch, the scenery around me melts away. I'm standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't my own. I catch the musk of beasts amidst the fresh scent of vegetation, and my heart beats a little faster. I'll have to watch my step up here. I look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water, hundreds of feet below me. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? My question is greeted with shrugs and silence. I've got it. He's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I'm a real watcher. She blinks at me a few times, calculating.
I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me. I've got other business in the area, and we can look for Persoc on the way.
If this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Ah! So Sagani is a ranger, I see. Hmm.
I'm on the trail.
Yeah.
Brave.
Hey,
Doubtful. Doubtfully.
Ah, these morals are not mutually exclusive.
Dead on!
keeping an eye out.
I'm still looking for camping supplies. So far, in most areas we've been to, we have been able to loot some camping supplies somewhere. It is odd that we haven't found any yet. Perhaps in this rundown house. Negative.
Nice and quiet.
We will return to these lines later. For now, let us be on our way to Defiance Bay.
Hello?
Is there any hidden loot here?
I shall be discreet.
No. Interesting.
Let's see what lies this way. Gods keep you.
What can I do for you? You seem to be on edge. What's the problem?
Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming in from all parts, under some misguided notion that things are actually better here. That the legacy somehow passed us over, so they show up with no prospects and little money and just end up making worse mess of things. No offense.
I'm looking for the Temple of Woedica.
Not sure why you'd want to go there. It's in the first fires if you really want to see it.
Goodbye. Thank you for your assistance. Ah, it seems the Defiance Bay is split up into parts. Sections that we must travel to.
Defiance Bay, the city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution, now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by White One's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Nice and slow.
Defiance Bay. I miss Adir already.
Hail and well met.
Rowan's arms are crossed and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He looks ready for a fight. He sizes me up.
New in town, eh? You've picked an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and finding the legacy is no better here. It's the Animancers. Man could scorch them. They nest in the city like rats. Mark my words, though, us dozens are going to put a stop to it.
Tell me about the dozens.
We're an organization of interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from the dangerous influence of Animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. Just like the militia, the dozens, except for the training, and the discipline, and the code of honor. His eyes gleam. And we're always looking to expand. The more people see things our way, the better for the state of the country.
Ah, I know your type very well.
You have any interest in hearing more, stop by Adneth's Den sometime, the Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. Can set straight all the nonsense the nobles and Animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types.
What are you doing out here?
Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the midst of a crisis, and instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, the Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties.
What do you know about animancy?
It's the study and manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adirians at least have the sense to outlaw it. which is the only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic, chanting, or the soul readings those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Ingwithan times, which is why you'll see animancers tinkering with old Ingwithan artifacts. Half-truths, all. But he's an enthusiastic performer, I'll give him that. Trouble is, the animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our emphatic friend is correct about one thing at least.
Very well then.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Is there anything hidden?
Nice and slow.
Goose and Fox. Is this an inn? Because I do need to rest.
Well met, friend.
Here for a drink.
This is a lively place.
It was founded in the early days of Derwood independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levi. He wanted a place where kith of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury's aristocrats argued with dockworkers from the Gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. The Rodens have never been known to turn down an argument.
I can imagine things got interesting.
Soon, kith were coming from the farms and settlements too. This place got even more popular with the valiant sailors in the salty mast. And that was the problem. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane. When he disappeared a few days later, said it was the work of that Thane. But Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. If only he could see it now.
Could I get a room?
I'll show you what I got.
Let's go with Suit of Worldly Wonders.
Well met, friend.
Do you have any camping supplies? Yes. Thank you. And a new traveling companion. Yes, please. Alright, little spiderling. Time to go home for now. Come, lab.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, Adair.
The dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off. Too bad, too. So then there'd be less of them.
Godhammer.
That's what they call the bomb they blew up. Wade went with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god? Guess you gotta name it.
Why do they call themselves the Dozens?
was 12 Derudans stood outside Howgate Citadel waiting for Wadewind to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate. So that's what they did.
What do you have against them, other than their lack of honor?
Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folks anyway. The dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow, I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing.
People hide behind symbols so that they can't be questioned.
The Duke's a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay, we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Or imagine they'd have as many members if they called themselves the loudmouth sheepfuckers.
Oh, you're very funny. Yes, Sagani.
Watcher.
Sagani draws up beside me, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to me.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
You've been searching for Persoc for 5 years.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Itumok.
What an adventure.
It certainly started out that way. It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
But why do you have to find Persoc?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persoc died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
People often forget what isn't in front of them.
I think of that frequently.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
That must be difficult.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persoc will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
Yes, in fragments.
Really? What's that like?
It's strange. Feels like I'm going crazy most of the time.
I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I only have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persoc remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
And what would you tell him about your village?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Recently, there have been a lot of good years. My aunts say we've had fewer clashes with neighboring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Persoc helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persoc brokered a lot of those ingredients too. He got this from one of the Mao ships that used to trade with us.
Sounds like Persoc did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, yo. You feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over?
It's too early to tell,
Fair enough. Got darkness on our side. Shall we move on?
Indeed. Let's check around here first, though.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Who's this? A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. You look like you could use another drink.
I'll get there.
She takes a long drink from her glass.
Just trying to calm down. Trying to talk myself out of something foolish.
Something foolish. She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping I'll leave. At last, Canra looks up at me, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone.
There's something I need to give my fiancé, Pernisk. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company.
Tell me about these new friends.
They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, not under my roof.
She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise.
Svet changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. Never thought he'd...
She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. But Sveth makes people calm and listless. It shouldn't make them violent.
I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always been this way.
Maybe I could go talk to him.
There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break.
She opens her hand and a ring clatters onto the table.
It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I'll lose my temper. I'll probably wind up with another one of these.
She points to her bruise.
But I've heard you're trustworthy. If you give this back to him, he'll know we're done.
I'll take this ring to Pernisk then.
The house is just north of here. Please, don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience.
Interesting. Why were they getting violent, though? Sveth doesn't make them violent.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll take a look.
Is there anyone on the second floor?
Welcome.
An Orlan man relaxes with his feet propped up on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at a nearby table. He spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch me.
You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Joining us for a drink?
Who are all of you?
The name's Two-Tone Weaksel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we were hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyway.
The man at the table nods to me.
I'm Dreadshot Dayton, and this is Hurdy and Ilfa. We were part of a separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. Beasts, barbarians, biowax. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too.
At the next table, Dayton raises his glass.
And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted?
No.
I'll have it in no time.
Hello? Hello? Let's see what lies this way.
Alright, let us go talk to Pernisk. Ah, but before that, just stop by the marketplace. A merchant there owes us a favor.
Remember me? We met by Monmouth Bridge.
She slaps me playfully on the shoulder.
Thanks for helping me back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke.
Show me your wares. Ah, she sells lots of traps. Very interesting. And more ropes and grapples. Hmm.
Greetings.
Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for the enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place.
Show me your wares. Seal of Faith, you say? 14,000. Ah! An extra spell use for each tier. That's very good. Fortunately, we are not that rich. Yet. It also sells... Interesting. What about you, Narmer?
Greetings.
Show me your wares. Dragon meat. Dragon egg. Very interesting. Huh. What about you,
Hail,
Igrin?
traveler.
Let me see what you have. Wait. What's so special about Senold?
She operates in the expedition hall, sells the best equipment in the city, but Wang keeps her on a short lease. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes a liking to.
Let me see what you have for sale. Interesting. Ah, yes. This is what I was looking for. Plate armor. Now what is this? The Dunner Demon. +2 intellect, though.
Huh?
Alright, I'll just be off to Pernisk. Wait, hold on a second. Found the gift after dark. Ah, so that's where that is. Interesting. Yes, let's be off to Pernisk's.
And what does the flame reveal? Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
The man before me flashes me a toothy and rather unpleasant grin.
Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this
He gestures to the room around me.
is my humble abode and place of business. And I do hope you're in here to do some business.
He glances at the nearby guard. Seems like a lot of guards for one man. You must be popular.
Sure, right. Very perceptive. This business attracts some less pleasant types. Sometimes the clientele get a little pushy. And every so often, someone even turns out to be snooping into things they shouldn't. Lessons have to be taught.
His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion.
I'm sure you're too smart to get wrapped up in all that, of course. I keep it simple. If you have the coin, I have the sveth. You're free to make use of the premises so long as you don't do anything stupid. You don't get to tangling with the other customers. Now, what can I get you?
Kainra asked me to give you this. Ernest takes the ring and turns around in his fingers.
Nice. What's this for?
Remains silent.
Well, whatever this is about, it's a fine ring. Looks like it should sell for a pretty pan. Thanks, friend. Now, is that all?
Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone.
Maybe she's just not worth remembering, eh? While you're playing lapdog for her and all, why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear here?
She seemed to care for you. Why are you doing this?
Plenty of stars in the sky. Tell her to go sit up in the salty mass if she's feeling lonely. Me and her are done.
Let's talk about something else.
Good. Now, would you like to buy something?
What is sveth?
You serious? Sveth's worth every pan, my friend. It's incredible, unless you see your own soul. And you're looking at Defiance Bay's first and foremost Sveth merchant.
How dare you hit your own fiancée? How can you live with yourself? You betrayed her.
She was asking for it. Sort of like you right now. Maybe you ought to quit digging around at affairs that don't concern you. Me? I got business to get back to. Doors that way.
Something's not right here, and I don't plan on leaving until I find out what's going on. You acted as though you didn't know or didn't realize what the ring was, which doesn't make any sense. Sveth does not make people violent. You have a lot of guards. Something is off here, and I aim to figure out what it is, especially after you betrayed your own. Ernest's eyes narrow.
And you won't be leaving at all, friend. I was tired of wearing this face anyhow.
He raises his voice.
Guards! To me!
Face. Ah! An illusionist. I see.
Hey,
Hold the door there.
Huh?
Ready, Watcher.
how may I help?
Yes?
Huh?
Stop!
Nearad staggers back, holding a bloody hand in front of him.
I give up. Just leave and I'll go peacefully, alright?
Too late.
Aye?
What?
How may I help?
Ready, Watcher.
Aye?
Yeah.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
What?
How may I help? Aye?
Following your lead.
So that it wasn't Furnisk.
Sure.
Where is he?
Nice and slow.
Learn the spells, Aloth.
I'll see what I can do.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep them.
This is not stealing. This is looting from my enemies.
Right.
Let's see what lies this way.
Hey,
What?
Ready, Watcher.
What?
Yeah.
hey.
Ah, much loot to be had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the trail.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
A man lies bound and bloodied on the floor before me. His face is a tapestry of bruises, and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as I approach.
Guys, please, no more. I can't take any more.
I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing up at me.
You're not? Oh, Price Barath. You're not one of the men, are you?
He glances nervously behind me. He shakes his head.
Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Pernisk. This is my house. You have to help me.
Then who was that downstairs?
An imposter. Some wizard named Nerid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me. Now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Svef inside my own house.
He just turned up all of a sudden. Pernisk looks away, unable to meet my gaze.
I may have hung on to a tiny portion of my supplier's share, but I needed that money.
So you're a Svef dealer?
Look, I know it's not the best line of work, especially with all that's happened, but it pays well. Very well. And well, people want that stuff, don't they?
But is it worth all of this? Losing Kainra?
I have to, I'm sorry. I don't have any other trade. Nothing that's gonna support us. Someday I'll get out of the business when we don't need it anymore.
What did your supplier do?
He sent over that wizard, Nerid, the man downstairs. Ugh. To make up the lost copper, I guess, and to hurt me while he was at it. I feel like it's been days.
He's already taken care of.
Can't believe this nightmare is finally over. You've no idea what you've done for me, but I need to find my love, Kainra. Only, after what Nerid put her through, I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you, please. She must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. Please don't tell her about the Svef, or what I do. I can make it worth your while, a discount maybe.
Perhaps you should trust her to make her own decisions, rather than lie to her and betray her.
I know, and I can't force you to keep the secret. I just don't want to lose her. After what happened here, I'm sure she won't have anything to do with Svef. Or me if she finds out.
Kainra sent me here in the first place.
She did?
He smiles brightly.
That woman helped save my life without realizing it. Please, bring her home and tell her everything is back to normal.
I'll go talk to her.
I can't thank you enough, truly. Oh, I missed my poor Kainra.
I wish that dialogue had gone somewhat differently. Kainra deserves better. Kainra looks up at me as I approach.
What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring?
Pernisk was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svef. So while he did not betray you by hitting you, he did betray you by lying to you.
Pernisk? My Pernisk is a Svef dealer? I didn't know you for an honest man.
She brings her fist down onto the table, sloshing her drink.
Damn it! How can I trust him after something like this? That he's lied to me for this long?
She runs her hands through her hair and takes a deep breath.
I should just be glad I found out about this before the wedding.
I would tell her that he still loves her, but he doesn't love her more than he loves being a theft dealer. But the first words out of his mouth were about her. After he had been freed, first thought, Kainra. Yes, I will let her know that he still loves her. She already knows he's his theft dealer anyways.
Perhaps you're right. If he's willing to give it up, we can work this out. Seems worthwhile to give him a chance anyway. Oh, and take this. Picked it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm in my decision. I'll be fine without it now.
Of intellect, of resolve. Let us be off. Let us check out Adma's den, although, since it is of the dozens, I don't imagine our visit will be too long.
Steady does it.
Now what is this?
Right. Everyone knows the plan? Up the wall and in the window. Grab the jewel for the pretty little lord. We got it. Listen, dwarf, if I have to... Langdon, you have company.
Greetings! The dwarf eyes me suspiciously and hides his pistol behind his back.
You, looking for someone? Because this isn't the best. Idiot! You're probably with the Crucible Knights. You've made a grave mistake coming here.
He raises his blade. And that was the last mistake you ever made.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
What?
Yes?
Following your lead.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes? Roll.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good job, everyone. Our contact inside Raymont Manor will leave a second-story window ajar He's confirmed the location of the heart of the White March in a hidden chamber. Get your crew together and head to Brackenberry before Lord Remont moves the jewel. A.D.
Sure.
I'll have it in no time.
Keeping quiet.
Ah.
Hello? Hello?
Nice and slow.
You might find this interesting.
Well, very interesting. A.D. is the mastermind behind this heist. Must inform the guards when I am able.
Mercenaries. All fancy weapons and no skill.
A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes me for a moment before spitting chew at my feet.
Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Binds Giant Slayers run things around here and you'll be fine.
Never heard of them. His eyes narrow.
You have now. Stick around to Defiance Bay and you'll again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the Giant Slayers get the lion's share. Remember that.
A voice bellows across the hall.
Enough jabbered, Bind. You gonna do the job or talk about it? Winning's right. That coin ain't gonna collect itself.
He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin to the door.
See you around, pup.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Tell me about the dozens.
Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries from the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means.
Thanks for the information. I don't like you. I'm not going to continue working with you. As far as I'm concerned, you are just another name for a
You're from
bandit
Gilded
organization.
Vale? Then you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Steady does it.
Whoa. Development of the Crucible Knight. Part 1. Lower Ranks. In recent years, the Knights of the Crucible has evolved as a group, no longer concentrating solely on blacksmithing or combat training. They've adjusted their focus to help initiates develop their souls as well as their bodies. From initiation, there is a well-defined path to the top of the order. Squire. When a candidate shows sufficient prowess in blacksmithing, or recently, at least the drive and potential, is accepted into the order as a squire. Once he is part of the order, training begins immediately. Lessons are divided into 2 main sections. Body, commanded by the Lord Marshal and Soul, overseen by the Grand Crucilar. At this point in their progression, the only uniform the squire is allowed is a simple cloth uniform, displaying the knight's colors. Novitiate. After sufficient training, each squire is given a 3-part test. He must repair a broken piece of armor. He must recite the Canticles of Abaddon from memory. And he must be able to land a blow on an novitiate in combat. If he succeeds at all 3 of these tasks, he is promoted to the position of novitiate. At this point, he is given his first official piece of crucible armor, a brigandine. His training now doubles, as only the most valiant of candidates makes it through to the next level. Justiciar and Templus. When a novitiate shows he is ready, decided by his teachers and trainers, he must make a decision. His training and advancement from this point on will focus on one of the 2 disciplines, body or soul. Novitiates that choose body continue military training as a justiciar under the Lord Marshal. Novitiates that choose soul are given clerical training as a Templus under the Grand Crucilar. Justiciar or Templus, the newly appointed, is taken through the ritual of the arm. He is given his plate armor and symbol of Abaddon. He is then taken to the smith's forge, named after Abaddon, and is tasked with forging a small nail out of iron. He affixes this nail to his armor under Abaddon's symbol, and will wear it there for the rest of his life as a Knight of the Crucible. At this point, the knight's training is fixed. If he chose body, that is the path he is on until the end of his days. If he chose soul, there is no deviating from the course. That is why the choice is only presented after he has been through many months of training. Interesting. Ah, you cannot pick that lock. That is a first.
I'll see what I can find.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Hail, traveler.
By Whale's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. Why are you green? How are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that?
Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf. Did you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hand and laughs.
Snowcap! Snowcap! So people know Snowcap, much less ogres.
He beams at me and nods his head. You're a scrivener. He nods.
Yes, I am a scrivener! I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs. Flowers, plants, I sell them. Mostly, I eat them.
Tell me about the dormitory.
It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. This place smells like old stockings.
Very well then. Is there anyone here I can talk to? Negative. Ah, because this is not the library itself, I see. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Someone stole something from the hall, it sounds like.
All these pages serve no better use than fuel for the fire.
Hello.
I was wrong, Durance. The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as I approach.
You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind you that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder.
Who's Grimda? Lexa speaks reverently.
Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway.
She scratches behind her ear.
You should probably tread lightly around her today. Anything else?
Tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back.
I'm a scrivener and a devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources.
Her chest swells with pride. Whale, the god of knowledge. Tracks. This is a temple. It looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round.
That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation.
She raises her hands to the rows of shelves.
Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that.
To think that there is such a place in the Deerwood. Incredible.
I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves?
Fascinating.
Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. Use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world.
Very well then.
Laying low.
How do you do?
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at me.
You're welcome to look around. Let the priests and scriveners continue their search.
She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare.
Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses.
What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. She sizes me up, stroking her chin.
And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose.
She scowls at the robed priest again.
You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden. Secret of the 100 Visions. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I.
An ancient scroll of Whale.
That's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. What else do you need?
Farewell. Another quest, I see.
I'll have it in no time.
Ah, I see. Ah, that is not what I wanted. Let us go through.
How do you do?
I could while away hours in here.
Quiet as a calm
If we had the time, of course. Which is... do we?
Good day, stranger.
I cannot enter that room, even if I pick the lock. Perhaps if I find this scroll, I'll be able to have access. I wonder what knowledge they will have of Woedica. Or about being a watcher. Or the leaden key, perhaps.
Sagani, does your... Wait,
It's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
No fear, dear. Let's go check out this theater. This stadium. Ah, it is a theater. I see. The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors me with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eyeshadow in a razor-precise line of kohl. Before I can speak, she throws up her hand in a dramatic fashion.
Greetings.
Autographs after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the Revel of Stars.
What is the Revel of Stars?
We're the finest theater troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. We stage our performances right here in Copper Lane for the edification of all. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan.
Does the Revel of Stars take in many new members?
But of course, good drama is a balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible.
What kind of members do you take?
We'll take in the new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced, whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost.
What do you do?
That depends entirely on the demands of the role. I am the Pallid Knight, the Widow of the Wood, and the Warrior Queen Maka, all at different times. To live a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend.
What about you, sir? Can't talk right now.
Gods keep you. How do you do?
Interesting. Before we leave, let's go over here. Finish exploring this region before we move on to another part of the city.
Psst, over here, mister.
A young boy watches the passerby and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As I approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins.
Hey, mister. I know a secret.
He wipes his nose with his sleeve.
I know a real good secret. Careful. I've traveled the continent, and the hardest bargains still come for my 7-year-old.
Really? What is it? He shrugs and clasps his hands behind his back, kicking a loose pebble.
I just saw folks hiding some really neat things. Show you where. But Mom and Dad told me not to talk to strangers.
His eyes slowly roll up to me.
But maybe you could help me with something. Then we wouldn't be strangers.
Help you with what? Gordy's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo.
The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore.
He stops long enough to catch his breath.
Anyway, there's this merchant over by the expedition hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know how the Crucible Knights make them in the forge. I know the tip can pierce low-gauge skill armor, and that one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want this one. And if I could just get it for me, I promise I'll never, ever ask anyone for anything ever again.
I used to have a knife when I was his age. I don't know a better way to learn what you should and shouldn't stab. So we give him a chance. Sounds reasonable. I'll get it for you. Gordy jumps up and down, whooping and hollering.
I knew a real adventurer would understand.
He points to a large building.
There's a big merchant over by Adam's Den who sells weapons. He's the one with the dagger. I'll wait right here for you.
His gap-toothed grin stretches from ear to ear. A March steel dagger. Ah! The weapon merchant on the sands. Yes. I don't recall him having a March steel dagger, though I wasn't looking for one either.
Well met, friend.
I'm looking for a particular dagger made of March steel.
Just like the Crucible Knights use. Let me guess. You've been talking to that kid, right?
He laughs and shakes his head.
I'd be tempted to sell it to you anyways and let the little rascal learn his lesson. But a pack of adventurers already took it off my hands.
If March steel daggers are only given to Crucible Knights, how did you get your hands on one? Egrin pauses mid-polish, his claw slowing over the blade.
A lot of steel passes through my hands, friend. I don't make it my business to ask where it all comes from.
I do not like that there is no other option here. I did mean to pry. Trafficking in stolen goods is illegal. But two is probably the best one for us. Although, well, it's not like I needed to scout, but I'll take it. He grunts and rolls his eyes.
Fine. 5% to avoid the hassle. Last thing I need is a shakedown from them. But with my stall being so close to Adam's Den in the dozens. Anything in particular you'd like to see?
Those adventurers you sold the dagger to. Where are they now?
Folks like that only visit Copperland to crew up at Adam's Den Expedition Hall or down a pine at the Goose and Fox. Since they weren't heading into the den, well, got my best guess.
Tell me more about the dagger. He oils the cloth in his hand.
Made out of a high purity iron ore that comes out of the White March Mountains. Traditionally, the smiths at the Crucible Keep have smelted it into daggers and swords, which they only give to the knights at the Crucible. Of course, I'd be surprised if that kid didn't already tell you all this.
So they're at the Goose and Fox then. Let's see. Let's check the first floor. Ah, it must be those expeditioners we saw on the second floor. 4.
Hey. Gods keep you.
Did you buy a March steel dagger from Ingrid? He displays the blade on a flat palm.
I did, and a fine piece it is. I don't know of any more circulating in the city. Outside the steel and the crucible keep, of course.
How much to take it off your hands? Turns the blade in the light, admiring it.
Seeing as how there's a sudden demand for this, 100 pans seems fair.
Demand isn't as high as you think. Chances are good that dagger was stolen or looted off of one of the knights. In that case, I'm probably doing you a favor. He frowns.
Can't be too careful around the authorities these days, especially as an Orlan. Fine, I'll sell it, but not for less than 50. I'm getting my money back at the very least.
Deal. He hands me the dagger, hilt first.
Pleasure doing business with you.
That turned out better than I expected. I was afraid he would attack me.
Sure.
Now I would have to put him down. 50 copper, though, is more than fair.
Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it?
I have the dagger right here. Gordy stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe.
It's so sharp.
A deal's a deal. Here you go. He snatches it out of the air, heedless of anything else. He yanks it out of its sheath and holds the blade up to the light.
I'm gonna be just like the Crucible Knights.
He saws and chops at the air. He flips the weapon into the air and grabs at the hilt, almost slicing his palm open in the process. His eyes dart away from mine as he sheathes the dagger.
So about that secret.
Gordy puts his hand up to his mouth and whispers loudly.
I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as the March steel dagger, though.
Thank you for telling me, Gordy.
Bye.
Let us find this mysterious item.
Nice and slow.
What do you suppose that bally thing is?
A scarab figurine. Summons. Ah! So these statues can summon things. Very interesting. 1 per rest. Let us put that on... Sagani.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Interesting. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there.
The way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time, she had quite a victory, you and I.
Who are you talking to, sir? The man looks up at me, startled.
By the flame. For just a moment I thought I heard her.
He puts his hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you?
Just the memories of my youth and the North Watch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid.
Tell me about these memories.
It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Durwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. It was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard who his experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Saul's Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled towards the Valian Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out. And when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead.
And now you hear this woman's voice.
I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her. A voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body, and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help.
I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes.
There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal.
He sniffs and wipes his eyes.
You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her.
More and more tasks to complete. More strength and money to fuel my vengeance. Ah, this must be the way down.
I want to do this now.
Sure, why not? We were already here. No, actually, I want to continue exploring. Let's go to... I don't know, actually. I think the Justiciar outside told me the first fires, yes. But is there anything else? Yes, let's go over here to the first fires. Perhaps we can find Woedica's temple.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Good day to you.
Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace?
What's the Ducal Palace?
It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Admeth Hadret declared freedom from Aedirn rule some 150 years ago. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city.
The word politics changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up a conversation in the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors.
Looking for news?
No, I'm fine. Where are the ducal archives?
Welcome.
The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as I approach, I catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices me and forces a smile.
Praise be to Magrin, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service?
You seem upset. What's wrong? Her shoulders slump.
This is about the fires, isn't it?
She puts a hand on my shoulder.
They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them.
Only symbols. Is that why you're so distressed?
No,
She sighs with a hiss like a release of steam.
I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. And people need to see them more than ever these days.
So go light them again. I see plenty of flames here.
They don't work that way. They're holy fires. It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city. The grieving families, the refugees. How could Magrin allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child?
Durance grunts with disdain.
What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services. And Magrin is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magrin's womanly heat.
Shrug.
Well, I can't afford to be so nonchalant, but I believe Magrin may be speaking to me again.
She frowns and casts a quick glance in my direction.
You don't seem like the type who has much use for the mysteries of faith, but I can't think of any other way to explain this. Lately I've been seeing visions. A place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color. Strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even when they splash into the earth. Behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, and where it is, but where it is or how it got there. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless. Like so many of Magrin's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magrin speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is certainly a death trap for the weak.
What's the significance of the sacred pyres?
They symbolize Magrin's power and guidance, and right now, the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. Our neighbors in the Valiant Republic sees us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else.
Goodbye. Waterfalls, you say? We haven't come across any of those yet. Where is the Ducal Archive, though? That is what I would like to know. No. Mayhaps up here.
Welcome.
A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. He glances up at me with baggy eyes.
Yes. Is there something I can pull for you?
I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat.
We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will toward Raedsarans. It'd be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different. But I have no reason to suspect you'll be any different from the others.
We've come a long way.
I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. You must understand, I have heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you.
Farewell. We must increase our reputation then. This should be easily doable by completing some of these tasks. What is this tower? Crucible Keep. Ah. The men of law in this town.
Hail and well met.
Aldmar gives me an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much.
Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us as busy on the watch, it does. You look like you recently arrived yourself.
Who are you?
A soldier of the Crucible Knights. I'm proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boots?
What goes on in Crucible Keep?
This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights. It's where we store arms and armor as well, as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back making plans as usual. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building along with our master Smith Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're the praying type.
Tell me about the Crucible Knights.
We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We were the first organized militia to oppose the Diran rule. And today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in the Dunnard Row.
What's this about Dunnard Row?
It's a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers.
What's wrong with their cipher? Or spit it out. He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls.
They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility is in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it?
Orlan are considered the wild folk, or at least the most wild of the kith.
But they can be just as violent as any of the others.
Hostility is in everyone's nature.
And if treated them better, no, people will still be violent if they wish to.
That seems like an extreme position to take. You're wrong.
Just speaking the truth, nowadays it seems that's the biggest crime of all.
At least you're honest.
I commend you for that.
The forge, as you say. Can I perhaps partake?
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
I cannot.
Welcome.
Are you looking for something? How does someone become a knight?
We don't just take anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. Anyhow, Commander Cliver is responsible for initiation, but he really accepts foreigners.
Ah, I see. So that was what they meant by reading souls. They ensure that their order basically never drops. Penhelm's affidavit. Current, a cipher duly appointed and employed by Dunnard Row. Does hereby certify that Novitiate A.M. Penhelm has been found to have a soul free of any subversive influences or tainted essence. Nope, not in there. What about in here? The Justiciar's gaze flicks over to me briefly before returning to the novitiates gathered in the training area.
If this is about the patrols, my novitiates are already stretched to their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. Sorry, was there something else you need?
There's something wrong at Heritage Hill.
She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses? We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. I just as soon as abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out...
I can look into it. She steps back and regards me.
After what I just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? Lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in?
If people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them.
You're so eager to rush your death, I won't stop you. If you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate.
Farewell. Another task. That should also increase our reputation with the town as well.
Keeping an eye out. Nice and slow.
We just don't have the manpower.
Commander Cliver stands in front of a massive table, studying a map. His expression is set in a grim frown.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood, the dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay.
He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over his shoulder to me.
Yes, can I help you with something?
Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. I would not want law to be abandoned for anarchy. He gives me a thin smile.
Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Bianna lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay.
Ah! Professionally made arms and armor. Could be very good indeed.
Was there something else I can do for you?
You're in charge of the Crucible Knights.
Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke.
You're in charge of the Crucible... Goodbye. Another task. And this one is very close. Let us continue on. Actually, no. Let us go to Copper Lane, because we'll have to come back anyways. And when we come back, we can finish exploring the first fires.
The Tundra. How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
Oh no, that's definitely not what you wanted to hear.
Gods keep you.
I'm looking for Vianna.
I like Bianna. She's always talking about metalmen, which is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. I don't talk about metalmen either, but... And I do eat snowcap. Huh. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend Bessia. No, Klesia. Yes, Klesia. Klesia is the friend she's gone to meet, and Andra's gift. In a house. Not a boat. North house. Empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime.
This man is out of his mind. At least he's a fun one, though. Let us finish exploring First Fires, then. And then we'll be on to Heritage Hill? Or Brackenberry. No. Heritage Hill is last, because we have to clear that out of monsters. So Andra's gift and Brackenberry, then.
Oh! That is the Temple of Woedica?
Doesn't seem right. It doesn't make sense, though. After she was betrayed.
This would be the temple Mayorwald spoke of.
Fearsome rumors persist of strange and hooded figures emerging from the city catacombs. The city got strange and hooded figures, so like the leaden key? From the catacombs. We have a quest for that as well. Am I seeing a memory?
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail.
Indeed.
Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
I was told I'd find the Temple of Woedica here.
And so you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
The ghost gestures to an impassable pile of rubble. Like the rest of the ruins, it seems to have remained untouched for over a century. Tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
It's really a pity to see what the locals have done to Woedica's house of worship.
I'd like to know more about Woedica.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Woedica watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Woedica is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
It is good that she will. But what are you doing?
Worshipping Woedica, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
But who are you exactly?
Lord Ardwellen Rugfold III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
You know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
I'm serious. Just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
Well then, goodbye, and thank you for the information, sir.
You were right. Looked like you almost lost your footing for a minute.
Feels that way when I see into the ether. She watches me quietly.
You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow.
She cocks her head.
I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see. Looking at you, I'm not so sure.
My abilities are a blessing.
Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real Watcher before. Oh, don't worry about him now. He at least just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time he goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get him to tell you what the spirit said.
Yes, Adir.
Strange place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. The only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers. They got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me something about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights and forged to go win Deerwood's independence. Then they join and it turns out all any of those knights ever talk about is, when are we going to get recognized as real knighthood? When are we getting our titles in our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl, says it's Abaddon's will. Got a castle and an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him to.
They don't seem all that bad. They're keeping peace in Defiance Bay and upholding the law.
There's a kernel of something good in there, I think. Some good people wanting to do right by each other. Trouble is, they're headed away from it.
Still, better sight than the dozens.
All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Let's see what is in the Valiant Embassy.
Good day to you.
What can this humble servant of the Republic do for you? What do you do here?
As the Valiant Ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with the Deerwood remains strong and profitable. There's nothing else. I must return to my duties.
Very well then. I have no other business in this embassy. I might come back later, just to clear it all out.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So
Let's go on
ruins to
Anders'
uncover,
gift.
Places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
Respectable answer. Let's go on to Anders' gift. I believe Viana is over here, is she not?
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, eh?
I never return empty-handed.
An unfortunate mishap. A young lad has lost several fingers whilst toying with a sharpened blade. Let this be a cautionary tale to those with little ones at home. Perhaps a wooden sword is a wiser gift. I sincerely hope that was not the kid we gave the dagger to. If so, at least he learned his lesson. Is this the house? Lacia and Viana? No, it is not.
You might find this interesting.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
It is not very quiet at all. Though it is soothing.
How's the hand?
Turning purple. I'd have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
The fox bit him after he tried to pet him.
I'll take a look.
A youngish elven man squints at me in surprise.
You can't just barge into someone's home like this. Who do you think you are?
Who are you?
The elf who lives here. Now get out. What now?
Fair enough. I thought these homes were abandoned, like the others around them. My mistake.
I wonder what this is.
Ooh, fortuitous. Is this the house, perhaps?
Hello? Hello?
I'll take a look.
As I enter the room, I see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure.
You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes.
I hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive.
We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they were the only ones with power in this city? They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again.
At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees me watching. Her eyes narrow.
You shouldn't be here.
Ah, well then. This ends now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hmm?
La.
Hi?
Yes?
Yeah.
What? Hmm? What?
Yes?
Hey.
Yes?
Beyond sea.
Following your lead.
Thank you.
Hey. What?
Roll up and turn.
What?
No!
How may I help?
Following your lead. This way! Brave done.
Fiana's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes are wide with shock and relief.
I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Rapid hitching breaths punctuate her words.
I was sure they were going to kill me.
She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing, as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here?
I thought I was coming here to meet my, friend from the Republics? It looks like I walked into a trap. Dozens must have been watching me for a while. I'd been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me.
About this project.
It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cliver's permission. He commissioned it after all. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into.
Let's get out of here. She gnaws on a split lip.
Commander Cliver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I've kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She took it from me when I arrived. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here.
Ooh, a unique armor.
Right.
Just rest. Camping is not allowed in this area. What about outside? Is camping not allowed in the city at all? It is not. Well then. Let us return. While I do with that armor. Ah! DR10. Movement speed, deflection against range attacks. Is it any better than our heavy armor? It has less damage reduction, but it does give us speed and range deflection. 15, 15, 6. 13, 8. I think what we've got on now is more than sufficient. What is that away for now? Can I enchant this, perhaps? Could. What does it do, though? 2 more damage reduction. Not bad. Sure. There. Much better now. Ah, no. I have to give it to the blacksmith. I remember now. Kana, why are you way over there by yourself? Snooping again, are we? Something else on your mind? I think this is what you've been looking for. Wait, Commander Cliver said you were working with an animator to build Forge Knights.
So much for his talk of secrecy. I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Do you disagree with Cliver about the Forge Knights?
I disagree with him on near about everything. There's no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they aren't knights. It doesn't take Edomic's nose to smell the trouble here. A group that can't stand together is headed for a fall.
And you need Viana's research to complete them.
She's been working out a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. Bind the souls too tightly and they get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. Bind them too loosely and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies.
Enough about the Forge Knights. I think this is what you've been looking for.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this.
I'm not. I made it clear to Cliver that this is a mistake. Trying to harvest souls like this, it's a crime against the gods. It's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. Cliver's given me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cliver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better here in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper. I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Show me what you have for sale. The White Spire.
Disorienting on hit. Grants Blizzard.
If I had enough money for this,
I would definitely take it. But alas, I do not.
everything is fine. Ah, here we go. The uniques. Eldrick's coat is also heavy. Crush, freeze, but instead of slash and pierce. Defense against prone attacks. Defense against push attacks. Damage reduction for freeze. DR 14, damage reduction exceptional. That's an 18 damage reduction. Exceptional plate armor. Slash pierce shock. I could probably upgrade mine as well. Burn DR grants firebrand. Where's fire? Someone's weapon firebrand. Great sword. Ooh. Interesting. Summons a great sword. For 30 seconds, 3 times per rest. That could be good. What about Shod Faith? No. We'll leave it alone for now. Let's go talk to, Cliver. Whoa, whoa. Taxes collected. Lost 161 copper to bandits. Earned 70 thief copper. So there are bandits. Means I shall have to up my security as soon as I can. Was there more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
Justice. This sounds big. But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Dominels. Trying to expand the family business, and they resent us for standing in the way.
Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Back to Anslog's Compass. I see. Let us finish exploring the city. We have much to do. So many tasks to accomplish. So many. Let us finish exploring Andra's gift, and then we'll be off to Brackenberry before we head off to Heritage Hill. Ah, fog. Makes sense. Rolling up off the docks.
Steady does it.
Kerned. Why does this sound familiar? Ah, yes. Yik Nibion Eltfion. A hooded figure leans against a wall. When he notices me draw near, he stands upright and raises his hand to halt my approach.
You know the words, speak them, and we can do business. If not, then you're done speaking.
Yik Nibion Eltfion.
I apologize for the unpleasantries. I'm Kerned, the midnight merchant, as some would say. I deal in sensitive commodities. Precautions must be taken. But let's do business.
Oh, I see. Gemstones. An Adra. I have all your Adra. I don't know why I would want the others, but at least I know where to get gemstones if I need them. Salty Mast. This a tavern? It is. Let us check the dock first, though.
Keeping quiet.
Light, flame.
Adra pillars. Interesting.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Steady does it.
I wonder what this is.
Margaren's fire casts light
Ah.
in dark places.
I'll take free loot. Perfectly fine with me. Someone was just mugged. See if he's alright. This man's fancy clothes are ripped and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. Help him up.
He is a noble, after all. Thank you.
He gasps as he rises.
My head.
I can't believe they just attacked you in the middle of the street.
Neither can I.
He slowly stretches out one leg, grimacing at his scraped knee.
It's a rough part of town, but the rabble's never been violent. Even a night with a collie isn't worth this.
He limps away. Interesting. A whorehouse, is it?
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale.
It is indeed a brothel.
Milkmaid.
Good day,
Expecting
plans,
to
see the
find the
sights.
Leaden Key
I do
institution.
love travel.
A bastion of dear wooden culture.
What kind of trouble are you having?
The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hard-working boys and girls and our customers. They started showing up after this rash of Hollowborn. They've been driving my regulars away. Looking for someone to help me clean things up around here. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Avar to bother with us commoners in the gift. I'd just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway.
No one should be harassed. I'll put an end to this.
These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents.
She places one large finger on my chest.
Put a stop to these attacks and I'll find a real nice way to thank you.
She winks.
Got me?
There is a look in Durance's eyes like a lion that has stumbled upon a herd of deer. His knuckles are white as he clutches his staff with both hands as he surveys the room. He laughs to himself, low and rumbling. I'll see what I can find.
Does anyone here know anything about this?
Hail and well met.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. How can I afford time with such a magnificent creature?
Enough flattery. I know how this works.
Then I shall save my breath for more pleasurable endeavors. What can Rico do for you?
Not this time. Ah!
So they don't
have quests for me. They're this is literally a brothel.
Nice and quiet.
I'll take a look.
Good day, stranger.
I'd like to order refreshments. Never mind.
Welcome.
Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink.
Why don't you just take one of them stools over there? Nowhere else for me to go, not with the wife and estate and my boy.
His face freezes with a stricken expression, and he turns back to the bar, muttering into his drink. He must have a hollowborn then.
Well met, friend.
And for a story, I told all the best stories. It's my club anyway.
You need help.
Do not! I am the most experienced member of the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. Never need help. I just need the ring.
He shoves a ring into my hand.
Have to have that to get into the lounge. They don't let just anyone in, you know. The most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. And whatever you do, don't tell them that you're new or...
Lounge.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
No, we're fine. This is not for me. Let's go find these thugs and teach them what happens to lawbreakers.
Nice and slow.
Looks like we've got ourselves a highborn. 4-1, too. Let's give him a proper welcome.
I don't think so.
Hey.
Yeah.
How may I help?
Brave.
How may I help?
Hey.
What?
Yeah.
Following your lead. Brave thou Philothelim.
No information, though.
Sure.
Perhaps this house. This is Otto's house, so this is owned by someone.
Let's see what lies this way.
The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat's nest of tangles, and her eyes are lined with shadows. She casts an anxious glance at the door. Her eyes widen somewhere between hope and apprehension.
Are you hear about Darren?
Who?
My boy, Darren. His father, Wade, took him fishing 2 days ago. And I haven't seen neither of them since. The neighbors are no help, and the city watch hardly bothers with the gift these days.
Wait, is that the man we saw in the brothel?
I'd be out in the docks and looking myself, but I can't leave the baby. I don't dare take a hollowborn out with the violence near the brothel.
You have a hollowborn baby.
The answer is etched plainly on her face. Waidwin's legacy is as potent in Defiance Bay as anywhere. People are scared and they're looking for someone to blame, whether it's those women at the brothel or the families of those poor babes. I'd be nice if a god or two stepped in and set people straight. Maybe that's just me. I don't approve of what goes on at May's place, but these attacks won't earn us to God's mercy. It's only made it harder to earn a living.
Tell me more about their disappearance. Tell me about where did you see them last? Fishing at the docks, that was 2 days ago. Tell me about Darren.
He's a brave lad, if a little too bold for his own good. He's always been a dutiful son and a gentle brother. He's got dark hair, quick eyes, and a ready smile. When you find him, you'll recognize him in a heartbeat, I'm sure of it.
Interesting. I believe I saw a fisherman over here as well. Go talk to him. Pretty sure that was Wade in the bar as well. It is. Tap Wade on the shoulder.
What do you want from me?
How can you get drunk at a time like this? Your child is missing.
Think I don't know that? I was taking the boy fishing. I just wanted to stop on the way for a drink. A quick one. I told him to wait for me outside. I only meant to stay a few minutes, but by the time I came out, he was gone. You sit here still. I don't know what I'm going to tell Otta.
There's no excuse to sit here. Get your ass out there and look for him.
You think I haven't tried? I lived in God Andr's gift all my life. When someone's been missing this long.
Turns back to his drink and takes a long gulp. I wish I could have smacked the drink out of his hand and thrown him outside. He is just a drunk. We've already been to the houses on top of Andr's gift, so let's try these other ones.
Laying low. Steady does it.
I'll take a look.
Greetings.
Come to take a look at my wares. Exotic goods shipped straight from the Republics in Old Value.
Show me what you have for sale. Touch of rot spreading plague. Interesting. Second chance of constitution. Ah, so it's like... I might just grab that. Ah, I don't have enough money for it though, do I? Soul Whip bonus. Interesting. We shall definitely take... Ah. Lots of things. Definitely going to take the Ring of Wonder. And... the Mind Marker. Wait, no, we don't have enough for the Mind Marker. We'll come back for that. We don't need Gon's Pledge. It doesn't really do much for us anyways at this point. 15 endurance. Nothing. Alright. Unfortunately, I can feel Woedica's gaze slowly closing. I shall take a moment to pray. until she opens her gaze once more upon me.
Alright, everyone. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope you guys have a good day.